Oh, you got muted, Noelena. We'll talk after class. Good morning, Destiny. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Joan. Who else did I miss? Roger. I think I said hello to everybody. Everybody who I can see. All right. So we shall start in a nice, comfortable seat. And I'm coming to you from my daughter's old bedroom today. Yay, I am home. All right, we're going to just kind of root down through our sits bones. So just kind of, rock back and forth and find the sits bones. Those little bones that protrude out into our buttocks. And draw nice and tall in the spine. Release the shoulders down the back. And as you release the shoulders down the back, just kind of glance down and look at your legs. Give me a little space between your legs. So the knees are coming out from the hips. The ankles are right below the knees. And the toes are pointing as forward as possible as you can. Close your eyes. We always start, as we know, by just finding a breath. Trying to let go of the external surroundings around us and bring us a little bit more inward with our breath, with our body. And through practice, we allow ourselves to release the thoughts. We allow ourselves to release any anxieties, any pressures that we might feel we have. And through that, we bring ourselves a little bit more inward to notice and recognize ourselves and recognize our body. So this awareness, this recognition is just that. It's just to realize and recognize how we are today, how we feel today. We don't want to judge it. We don't want to put labels on it. Just notice it. When we can notice it, we find more acceptance instead of judging it constantly. Judging makes ourselves feel bad about things or depressed about things. But just being aware of how the body is and with an acceptance allows us to view things in a brighter light without worry. So starting to breathe deeply into the nose and breathe out through the nose. Let the breath develop a gentle rhythm. Let the breath start to bring in the steadiness. Let the breath clear the space between thoughts. So just allowing ourselves to be present with ourselves, with our moment. With our ability to be here now. Take a big inhale all the way up through the spine. Grow tall. So just imagine that you're a marionette puppet. The marionette puppet is hanging by strings. So your arms, everything is just kind of slack except for the string that's holding you up. And that string is running all the way through the spine up through the top of the head. And it's drawing you tall. Even your jaw is just soft and gentle right now. Just kind of hanging. So within this space, we're going to inhale fully and completely all the way up. And as we exhale, just gently turning the head to the right. So we're just going to go through those light neck motions we did the other day. So just kind of noticing how far we can turn our head, how that feels. Breathing into that space, breathing into the neck, breathing into that feeling. Taking another breath. And as you inhale, slowly come back through center. Exhaling, we're going to turn the head all the way to the left now. So we're just going into the other direction. So we don't turn the chin up or down or anything. We just keep it nice and neutral as we turn the head all the way to the left. We're looking over the left shoulder, feeling some sensation into the right side of the neck. So again, creating that movement to just kind of feel how our neck is today. One more breath here. Inhale, we're going to come back through center. So now as you exhale, we're going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. This is the fun one. So we tip our head to the right. So just tipping the head to the right creates this elongation into the side of the neck. Is that Ed? Hi, Ed. Good morning. The right ear comes down to the right shoulder. We feel some gentle opening into the side of the left side of the neck. The left shoulder just kind of relaxes. We want to notice how much tension is there. If we need to create a little bit more tension there, we can take our left hand and just let it kind of drop down along the side. Remember that marionette puppet? The hand just kind of drops. So that gives ourselves a little bit more weight, a little bit more sensation, a little more resistance. If you'd like, the left hand can just gently grip the bottom of the chair. As it grips the bottom of the chair, you might notice that that gripping creates even a little bit more tension. So you're just kind of going to what feels right for you. Couple more breaths here. As you inhale, we're going to keep our head in this orientation, kind of tipping over. So you're going to inhale, gently just turn the head upward. We're just turning the face up, turning the gaze, turning the nose, turning the chin like we're looking up to the ceiling. You'll feel that a little bit more towards the front of the scalenes. You know, breathe into that space. What does that feel like? Do you need to let go of the hand because it's too much for you? It's okay, do so. Another breath or two. As you exhale here, we're going to take our gaze, or our nose, or our chin, we're going to look at that. We're just going to gently turn it downward. So now we're going to take our gaze down to the floor, down to our legs. And now feel that towards the back portion of the neck. You might feel this a little bit into the upper back, into the upper shoulder. Notice what that is for you. One more breath. As you inhale, just turn the head back to like that central space you're looking forward. And then gently lift the head back up to center. Release the left hand to the left. Good. Maybe a little shoulder roll on the left side. So just picking the left shoulder up and rolling it back. And then gently rolling the shoulder forward. Sometimes these shoulder rolls is the hardest part of the whole practice. And that's okay. Good. And then just gently release, shake out that side if you need to. And then we're going to get ready to move to our other side. So inhaling again, nice and long through the spine. Don't lose the length in the spine. And then as you exhale, left ear will come down to left shoulder. So we're kind of tipping to the left. Whew. So again, settling in before we do anything else, settling into how that feels, settling into that space. And only when you feel ready, taking the right hand and letting it drop down along the side. And again, maybe the right hand holds onto the bottom of the chair. You're in control of that resistance. You're in control of what you're feeling. So make sure it's the right amount of stress, the right amount of tension that you can breathe into without it being painful. I feel this right along the top part of my neck and shoulder. You might feel it differently. As you inhale here, let's turn the face, the nose, the chin, the eyes. So we're going to say up to the sky, keeping that orientation of that tip over, but changing the orientation of the face, the head. So now I tend, again, I feel this more to the front portion of that top part of the shoulder, the top part of the neck. Just feel it a little bit differently. Just changes that sensation slightly. One more breath. Good. Now, as your next exhale comes, again, we're going to start to turn the gaze, the nose, the chin to point down. So now that sensation goes from the front part to the back part of our neck and our shoulder, maybe even upper back. What is that sensation for you and how does that feel? Another breath or two here. As the next inhale comes, we turn back through center space and we gently lift up the head. Same shoulder roll on the right side. So now just pick up the right shoulder, lift it up and roll it back. Left shoulder staying stationary. Good, and let's roll the left shoulder, the right shoulder in the opposite direction. So bringing it forward now. Good. Good. And then let's just take a little shake out there. Awesome, nice job. Good. Let's take our chin to our chest. So inhale again, nice and long through the spine. As you exhale, now we're going to bring our head forward. As we bring the head forward, we're bringing the chin to the chest. Keep the rest of the spine long. So we're just kind of opening into the back of the cervical column. We're letting the head be a little bit heavy here, but we're keeping the shoulders back. So we know that Parkinson's wants to pull us all the way forward, shoulders and all, but see if you can keep the head forward with the shoulders back. Breathe into that space, breathe into the heart, breathe into the chest that should be open here, along with the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, lift the head and the neck. We're going to go to the other side. So the hands can come behind the back. Hold on to your chair. Interlace your fingers, whichever one feels best to you. Some people like to just hold on to the base of the chair. That's fine too. Feel your shoulders pull together and then down the back. When you do that, feel the chest just pop open. Pop, that's a good word. And then inhale, lift the head up to the sky. So as we lift the head up to the sky, we're keeping the length in our spine, drawing the heart open. We're breathing into now the throat and the chest, or the heart, if you will. If you know anything about the chakra system, the heart and the throat chakra are linked together. So the heart chakra actually controls our words. Uh-oh, Bodhi came in to visit. And as you exhale, come forward and release. Good. Guys, remember that fun brain play we did the other day? So we're going to kind of try to do that again today. So take your right shoulder, lift it up and back, just the right shoulder. As that right shoulder pulls up and back, maybe we can take the left shoulder, bring it in the opposite direction. Ooh, so the right shoulder is pulling up and back, the left shoulder is pulling up and forward. It's a little gameplay. It's also creating that little bit of rotation into the spine. Good. Let's go back the other direction. So let's just take the right shoulder, roll it forward. And then at the same time, can you add the shoulder rolling back on the left side? Oh, I almost lost it. There you go. One direction may be a little harder than the other. This one apparently is harder for me. It's making my brain look a little bit more, but that's okay. That's what it's for. One more. Good. Woo! Shake it out a little bit. Awesome. Uh-oh. There's a strap on the floor. My boat dog wants it. Let's pick up our strap. Let's just do a little bit of shoulder and side bending with the strap because it feels so good. Sorry if I didn't warn you to grab a strap today. Bodhi thinks the strap belongs to him. You see, he's already chewed off part of it. It's a real short strap now. It used to be 6 feet long. Now it's about 3 feet long, maybe not even. All right. So if you don't have a strap, you're using a belt, you're using a tie, you're using anything that you can. If you don't have any of those available, just pretend like you have something in between. So I want your hands to be about shoulder width apart. See, he thinks this is his strap. So creating some tension into the strap, kind of gently pulling away from each other. Feel how the shoulders react to that. As you pull away, the shoulders actually pull down. Good. Take an inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Notice what the shoulder blades do as well. Off, Bodhi. As you exhale, bring the hands down through center. I'm going to kick you out. Hang on, I'm going to kick the dog out of the room. Boy, good boy. Now he's going to cry at the door. I can't have him jumping on me though while I'm teaching. Hands come down as you exhale. And then inhale, lift them up again. So bring them all the way up to the top. Reach to the top as high as you can. And then exhale, bring it down. This is my favorite one. We're going to inhale, take the hands up. I'm going to turn a little sideways. As I come up over my head, I want to try to bring my hands back as far behind me as I can. Breathe in here. And then exhale, lower the hands down. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Come back as far as you can. Maybe you can get back a little bit farther than you did the first time. Lift the chest. Feel the shoulder blades pull down. Good. Exhale, let's release and bring the strap down. Beautiful. Good. Strap can come onto the floor. Again, a little shake. Let's bring our hands on our knees and let's just kind of release the whole back with this cat-cow movement. So hands on the knees. As you inhale, draw forward. The heart comes forward, the shoulders pull back, we lift up. This is a common pose of what we just did, right? But now as you exhale, round into the back, pull the belly button in. Let the shoulder blades drop away from each other. Oh, this feels good. Chin to chest. Inhale, arch. Lift the gaze, shoulders together, whole spine reaches and extends. Exhaling as you round, the belly button pulls in, chin tucks to chest, the back body is now expanding, broadening, if you will. Take one more inhale to open. Take one more exhale to round, tuck it in. And then inhale, come back up through center space. Awesome. Ooh, good. How are y'all feeling out there in Zoom land? Everybody's good. All right. Let's inhale here. Reach the arms up overhead. Lift the gaze. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and start to fold forward. Hands on the knees. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Lift the gaze. Look up. As you exhale, release and fold. Push down through the feet. Inhale, rise. Arms reach up. Let's exhale, bring the right hand down next to the right hip. Inhale through the left side and exhale, take a side bend over to the right. So keep that right hip or the left hip rooted as the left hand reaches to the opposite side. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Inhale, strong through the right side. Exhale, side bend gently over to the left. Again, opening the side of the body on the right. Noting that if there's any shoulder issues, you can keep the hand down, keep the hand on the hip. You can gaze up to the hand too if that feels good. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward, come back over the legs. Good. Hands come up onto the knees. Inhale, flatten the back, look up, really extend through your spine. Good. Exhale, release and fold. Push down through the feet. Inhale, rise, arms reach up. Exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale through the left side. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, the left hand comes down. Inhale, reach through the right. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, back up to center. Both hands reach. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward, come over the legs. Hands on the knees. Inhale, look up, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Let's go one more time all the way through. Exhale, right hand down. Lift tall through the left side, side bend to the right. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, the left hand comes down, reach through the right. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center, reaching upward. Exhale, hinging, folding forward. Hands on the knees again. Inhale, look up, really extend as you push the hips back. The crown of the head's reaching forward and up. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Arms reach up as you gaze up. Exhale, bring hands to the heart center. We're going to go into a little bit of spinal rotation, and then we're going to go into the legs. 8 legs, right? So I'm going to take an inhale here. As I exhale, I'm going to just gently kind of fold forward a little bit. So kind of bringing my spine somewhat parallel to the floor. And take my left hand and bring it across my legs. So my hand's kind of resting on the legs. Right hand's going to come onto the hip. Inhale, extend through your spine again. Exhale, start to kind of shift and lift the right shoulder and elbow up to the sky. Turn the gaze to the right. If you can release the hand and reach the right hand up to the sky. That will pull your shoulder back a little more, creating a little more rotation. It's whatever feels best for you, right? Good. Exhale, we're going to float the right hand down. And again, just change sides. The right arm's going to come right across the legs. Left arm's going to come onto the hip. Inhale, extend through that spine reach. Exhale, start to lift and turn to the left. Again, staying here if this is what's right for you. If you wanted to create a little more rotation, the left arm reaches up to the ceiling, creating more rotation in the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Exhale, float the left hand down to the lap, and then inhale, come up nice and tall. Good. Let's go through our foot and leg series. Try to get through it quickly so we can get to some standing stuff. Let's take the right leg out forward. Heel on the earth. Good. So I always say that if you're short, if you have a tall chair and your legs can't quite reach the floor, put a block or something underneath your foot that will help support you a little bit better. So we're going to take an inhale here and point our toe forward. So we're going to bring the toes towards the floor. As you exhale, pull the toes back. Inhale, point the toe. Feel that in the front part of your shin. As you exhale, pull the toes back. You might feel a little bit more into the calf and the back of the leg. One more, inhale, point. And then exhale, flex, pull the toe back. Activate the hamstrings. Inhale, nice and tall. As you exhale, we hinge at the hips, come forward. My hands can be on my legs. I can have a strap around my right foot because that is better for my body. Maybe I can even reach down for my foot. Again, we're all in different spaces. We're all in different planes. Just honor what your body needs to do today and breathe into that space. Good. As you inhale, come all the way back up. Awesome. So as we come back up to seated, we're going to bend the right knee. Our movement today for our hip, instead of taking the hip circles, we're going to bring the up, out to the side, up, back in. So it's going to look like this. We're going to inhale the right knee up, out to the side, touch it down. Bring it up, bring it in, touch it down. Okay, so that's our movement today. If you need to hold on to the leg, you can. Okay, belly in, nice and tall. Here we go. Inhale, lift the right leg up, out to the side, touch down on the exhale. Inhale, lift it up, bring it in, exhale down. Inhale up, out to the side, exhale down. Inhale up, bring it in, exhale down. Good, a couple more. Inhale up, out, down. Inhale up, in, down. We've got one more. Inhale up, out, down. Inhale up, in, and down. Good job. Bring the right knee in, give it a big hug. Woo. And then cross the right ankle over the left knee. Let the left knee come out to the side. The right knee come out to the side. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently press down into the right leg or gently fold forward. As you fold forward, feel the opening into the right hip. Breathe into that space. I love to start always with these types of leg movements because it helps our body. For some of us, we need a little bit more time to warm up the body until we get into those standing postures. So this is the best way to do that. To warm up our legs, our body first. Good. As you inhale, come on up. We're going to take that right leg and push the foot forward. So here's some leg strength into the quads, into the hip flexors. Keep the spine long. Keep the leg lifted. One more breath. Exhale, bend the knee. Set it down to the floor. Other side, take that left leg forward. So just going to jump into that other side. So the left leg is forward. We're going to inhale, point the toe. Exhale, flex the toe, pull it back. Inhale, point the toe. And exhale, flex. One more, inhale, point. Exhale, flex, pull the toe back. Inhale, lift up tall again through your spine. As you exhale, hinge, fold forward over that left leg. Good. So you might feel this not just in the hamstrings, you might feel it down into your calf muscle here. That's okay. You might feel this into the low back. That's okay. Like I said, we're all different. We all have different bodies. We all feel things a little bit differently. Good. One more breath here. As you inhale, come all the way back up and bring the foot to the earth. Good. Here's that hip movement, okay? Are we ready? Inhale the knee up, exhale to the side, and then down. Inhale up, bring it in, exhale down. Inhale up, out, down, up, in, and down. Up, out, down, up, in, down. Two more. Inhale up, out, down. Inhale up, in, down. You need to hold on to a hand, do so. One more, out, down. Inhale up, in, excuse me, and down. Good job. Woo. Let's take the right ankle, left ankle over the right knee. That left knee is out to the side. You can gently press down into the hip if that feels right for you. Or inhale for length, and then exhale, start to gently fold over the left leg. So remember, the closer you bring your chest down to your leg, the more sensation you're going to feel right there in that hip. I think I've mentioned before that these postures, these like seated pigeon poses and this type of movement is really great for sciatica nerve pain. If anybody experiences that, this is a good one to go to. Good. Breathe in a couple more breaths. And then inhale, let's come all the way back up and release the foot down. Good. Whew. Let's do a little bit of that axial rotation before we come to standing, just because, again, some people said low back, and this is just really great for spinal movement in general. So open up the legs. My hands are on my knees. Your hands can be on your knees. And just start by lengthening the spine, sitting up nice and tall. And how does that feel? And then from here, we're going to start a little circular motion into the spine. So I'm just going to start kind of rolling my body in one direction. The hips are going to stay on the chair. And my body's going to move around in a circle. It might start off slow and small, and it might get bigger as I feel that tension maybe releasing in the spine into the muscle. As I create these big circles, sometimes I'll get my shoulders into it when I get really big. Good. Notice as you're doing this, maybe the belly engages when you lean back. That's what I call the sneaky core work. Good. One more. My chair's squeaking. I don't know about yours. I got a squeaky chair today. So go ahead and come up to nice and tall. That's one direction. We got to take that in the other direction now. So we're going to gently come forward to the left, back, and around. Good. Awesome. Remember, that circle might start small and that might get bigger. Your shoulders may get involved. Belly starts to engage. Ooh, this is such a nice movement for our spine. You can really feel it moving in all different directions. Good. Take one more. After you completed that last circle, go ahead and come all the way back up. Ooh, I think we're ready to do some fun stuff. What do you think? Sure, we say. Let's come on up to standing, everybody. Standing postures today. Oh, my head's cut off. I can't have my head cut off. Move that up a little bit. Move it up a little bit. My feet might be cut off. Oh. My webcam broke, so I'm kind of stuck with using my computer camera right now. It's not the best. It doesn't get everything. Or I can't ever seem to get it in the right spot. I shouldn't say my webcam is broken. What happened is that my webcam just decides to turn off the camera for some reason. Could be in the middle of teaching, and then all of a sudden my screen is blank. It's weird. All right. So once you're standing, we're going to come into our standing downward facing dog. Chairs out in front of you, or a table, a wall, whatever you want to use today. Hands are going to come onto the back of the chair. We're going to step the feet back. So I kind of feel like I'm leaning forward, right? Make sure your chair is on something that's not going to slip away from you. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, pull the hips back. As you pull the hips back, lower the chest down. Try to bring your head right in line with your arms. When you do that, we really have a flat back here. I want you to soften the knees a little bit. Take a little knee bend. And then from the knee bend, start to lengthen and lift the hips up so that straightens the legs. And then gently pull the hips back a little bit. Little bit of rotation here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can turn and look underneath your right arm. Your left knee may bend a little bit. Good. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Look under the left shoulder. The right knee kind of softens and bends. Good. Inhale, come back through center. Look up. As you exhale, start to walk the feet back forward. Oh, that was awesome. Good job. Good. Let's flip our chair around. You don't have to flip the chair around. I should preface that. I'm going to flip the chair around. You can keep the back of the chair facing you. You can have the seat facing you. We're going to go into a really deep hamstring stretch, which will also hit our low back a little bit. So for some people, coming down to the top of the chair is their limit. Use the top of the chair. For some people, we can use the bottom, use the seat of the chair, because that's our limit. Some people can even get down a little bit further than that. So it just depends on where you're going to be at with this today. Okay, so we're going to go into what we call the pyramid pose. I'm going to take a big inhale. I'm going to step back with my left foot. As I step back with my left foot, my legs are about a leg's distance away from each other. And I want to keep both legs straight. So I want to come back where I can keep both legs straight. The second I start to bend my front knee, I kind of want to readjust those legs as I come forward. Okay. So as you see, I don't know if you can see it. I'm a little cut off, but my right foot is almost underneath my chair. So I'm a little close to the chair. Hands are going to start on the hips. I'm going to inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. So this is opening the front. You might feel this in the back calf here. You might feel this in the front of the left hip flexors a little bit. Breathe in here. Good. Now as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Try to keep the back straight. So let the chest come first. The head comes second. As you come forward, you might hold on to the back of the chair here. You might bring your hands down onto your seat. Inhale, really extend through the spine. Exhale, you might be able to come in a little bit deeper. Again, honor what you're feeling. So if it's too much, back out, arms straight, arms can be on the back of the chair. If you need a little more, maybe the forearms lower down onto the chair. Maybe the hands can reach down for the floor or block. Breathe into this space. Breathe into the body, breathe into the leg. We'll take one more breath here. Good. Inhaling, coming up, bringing the hands onto the seat or onto the back of the chair, wherever you're at. If your foot is all the way under the chair, you might want to slide it back a little bit. We're going to try to go right into a balance pose from here. Yay, balance. I sneaked that in on you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push forward with my left foot. So I come up off of the heel. So I'm up on my toe on my left foot. The weight just shifted forward into the right leg. This might be your balance today. If it is, stay there. If you can, maybe inhale, lift the left leg up. Left leg's coming up as high as you can. We're in what we call warrior 3 or airplane. So here I say play with balance. Maybe one hand comes off the chair. Maybe both hands come off the chair. Maybe both hands stay on the chair, right? Maybe you play around a little bit, changing one hand to the other. Good. Exhale, the hand comes down. Bring your left foot to the floor to meet the right. Inhale, come all the way up. Whew. Good. How are we feeling? How was that for you? Good. Okay. Nobody's saying bad, so I guess that's good. I can't hear you, so it's okay. I'm just gonna go about my business. All right, let's take a big inhale. Let's step back with the right foot. So same setup. I want the leg to come back as far as it can to keep both legs straight. My left foot is just a little bit underneath that chair. Hands are gonna come to the hips. Inhale, lift up from length. Feel the opening into the front of the chest, the front of the body. Front of the hip flexors, feel the back of the calf muscle on the right leg. And then as you exhale again, I'm going to let the chest lead. The head comes second. I hinge at the hips and fold forward, keep the back as straight as I can. And then maybe the hands rest on the back of the seat, maybe the chair, maybe rest on the seat of the chair. And then feel that out for a moment or two. And then take another inhale to extend back through the spine. And exhale, maybe you can come down a little bit deeper. Resting the forearms on the back of the chair, forearms on the seat of the chair. And again, if you have a little bit more flexibility, maybe the hands reach for the floor. Finding that sensation that's right for you and for your body. The hips are staying squared forward. We're breathing. Good. Inhale here, press up and straighten the arms. Here's that balance, the sneak into the balance. We're gonna kind of push forward with the right foot so we come up onto the ball of the right foot. And when you're ready, inhale, lift up that right leg. Hips stay parallel to the earth. Heels pressing back. Some people like to point their toe here. You can point your toe or flex your foot. I like a flex foot. It just depends on where you're at. And then again, playing around with that balance. Maybe the left hand reaches up. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Maybe no arms reach up. Maybe both arms. Maybe you're just playing around a little bit. Feel that balance. Breathe. Good. Exhale, bring the right foot down to the earth to meet the left. Flatten the back as you gaze up. And then exhale, fold to release. Inhale, start to rise. Come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring hands to heart. Awesome job. Good job. Good job. All right. Just a little bit of fun and play with leg work here, or standing, I should say. All right, from here, let's do more standing pose. You guys look like you're ready to do another standing pose. So another standing pose. Aren't you lucky? So today I'm going to go into a standing wide-legged forward fold as well. So you're going to either face the long way on your mat. If you're okay with having your feet off the floor, your feet can be off the floor as long as they don't slip. Okay, if you need to, you can have the chair in front of you. I'm going to open up my legs nice and wide. Good. So when I come open wide, I want my toes to point as forward as I can. Hands are going to come up onto the hips. Take an inhale, look up. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and start to come forward. So as you start to come forward here, again, this is where your hands might come onto your chair, onto the seat of the chair. You might be able to fold in, put your hands on a block or the floor. So if I'm facing the chair, I might look like this, right? If I'm not facing the chair, I might be able to bring the hands down. There's a block. My hands can be on a block. Changing the height of the block as I need it. Another inhale to extend the spine. Another exhale to soften and fold. Good. Inhale, come up halfway. We're just going to play around a little bit here. So we're up halfway. Taking an inhale. Exhale, just to put a little bend into the right knee. Keep the left foot flat on the floor and notice the difference in that feeling into the left inner thigh. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, same thing on the other side. Put a little bend into the left knee. You're kind of moving to the left. Right leg stays straight. Right foot is planted to the earth. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Come up, bring your hands up onto your hips. Soften the knees. Inhale, lift your head. Kind of stay here for a moment. We've had our head down for a minute, so just make sure that you feel okay before you inhale and stand all the way up to standing. Good. As gently and as graceful as you can, bring the feet back together. Sometimes not so graceful, but I like to say that word. Awesome. Good job. All right, we're going to take it down to seated. So you can sit on the floor, you can sit in a chair, whatever works best for you. I'm going to drop this down a little bit again. There we go. I'm going to come to the earth. You guys can stay in the chair. The same modifier, the same thing from the chair that I say to do from the seat, from seated on the floor. Okay, it's the same cueing, just that your legs are in a little bit different orientation or space than what my legs are. Okay, so I'm going to start sitting nice and tall because we talked about that neck so much today. Let's start with the legs. We're going to go into Dandasana, the staff pose. Pull the toes up to the ceiling. Let the knees face the ceiling. So right from here, we're engaging the legs. If I had to tell you to sit up on a blanket if you need to keep your hips lifted. Kind of engage the quadriceps. So when I engage the quadriceps, I'm pulling the quadriceps up and back, which is making my knees feel like they're pulling back. When I do so, my feet actually lift up a little bit, not much. Hands are going to come next to my hips, or a little bit behind my hips if I have longer arms. Draw the shoulders down the back. Push the hands down into the floor, or down into your chair if you're sitting on a chair. Good. As you press down, feel your shoulders pull down the back and lift your spine up a little bit taller. From here, take your gaze, look down at your heart. Engage the low belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Feel like your whole body is energized and working, even from this seated space. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Again, lead with the heart. Let the head come last. The hands are reaching for your shins, your knees, the floor, maybe your feet if you can. Have a strap around the feet if that works better for you also. Good. Good. As you inhale, come all the way back up. Good. I think I'm going to offer you guys a little challenge today. Haha, we like challenges, don't we? Depending on who we are, we like challenges. All right. So I'm going to take a little bend into my right knee, bring the right foot to the floor. I'm going to take my left leg and tuck it behind my right leg. Okay, so as I tuck the left leg back, the left knee falls out to the side. If I'm in the chair, My legs can be a little bit bent. I'm just going to kind of let the left leg kind of drop out a little bit. Hold on to your left knee. Or right knee rather, sorry. Hold on to your right knee. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, bring the right hand behind the back. Hug your knee with your arm. We're just going to crossing the knee. Turn to the right. Go over the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back to face forward. Here's the challenge for us. Okay. See if you can take your hands and hold onto your right foot. If you can't reach your foot, maybe use a strap. Bring a strap around the foot. Good. As you inhale, try to straighten your right leg, which means the right foot comes off the floor. Yes. Lift your heart, pull your shoulders down. See how strong you are, because you are all strong. Try to let go with one hand. Try to let go with the other hand. Look at that. That right leg can stay up all by itself. Breathe. Good. Bend the knee, bring it in, and just give yourself a hug. Give yourself an applause, because I bet you didn't think you could do that, right? Yeah, you. Good. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and try the other side. So from the other side, I'm going to bring my left foot to the floor. My right leg's going to tuck behind the left. Now you guys know where you're going, right? Find yourselves rooted on the sits bones. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, bring the hand behind the back. Hug your left leg, or hand crosses to the left leg. Look over the shoulder. Breathe. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Reach down for the left foot. Again, there might be a strap on the foot. If you're in the chair, you're just working on lifting the leg. Okay, don't worry so much about grabbing the foot. Inhale for length. Start to lengthen or straighten the left leg. Bring it up. Nice. When you're ready, maybe you let go with one hand. Maybe you let go with the other hand. Keep the heart lifted. Keep the spine long. Your quad might say, ah, cramping. You can do it. Exhale, bring the foot to the floor and give it a little hug. Oh, that was awesome. And give yourself another round of applause. Woo, that was great. Awesome. Let's go ahead and roll back down onto our backs. If you're in the chair, you're just going to bring your hips to the edge of the seat. If you're on the floor, you're going to roll down onto your back. In the chair, let your shoulders rest on the back of the chair. On the chair, bring one knee in. On the floor, both knees in. If you can do both knees from the chair, do both knees, if not just one. I'm just going to do a little sacral rock, rocking into the low back, rocking into the sacrum. If you're in the chair, you only have one leg in, switch sides now. Let go of the one leg and bring the other leg in. Good. Spinal twist here. So if you're in the chair, sit up nice and tall, turn your legs to the right side of the chair. You're going to take an inhale, exhale, turn to the back of the chair. From the earth, open up the legs, or open up the arms to a T. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, the knees will lower to the left. You'll take your gaze to the right. Good. Yes. So from the chair, I know that's confusing. I'm going to come up onto the chair for this one. So if you're in the chair, you're walking to the right side of the chair, and you're just turning to the back. From here, everybody will inhale, come back to wherever their center is. From the earth, you're going to exhale the knees to the right, turn your gaze to the left or turn your head to the left. From the chair, you're going to walk your feet over to the left side of the chair. You're going to inhale for length. Exhale, turn to the back of the chair. Good. As you inhale, come back through center. Here, we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So if you need to hug your knees in here one more time, hug your knees in. And then slowly let yourself unfold and come into Shavasana. So you might lay on the floor. You might bring your feet up onto a chair. You might have your knees bent, taking the pressure off the low back. If you're seated in the chair, you can just kind of find a comfortable place in the chair to sit back and relax. So you're either laying down on the floor, you're sitting up in the chair, but you're nice and relaxed. You're taking whatever posture is the most comfortable for you and for your body. I'm just going to sit down on my floor here. Good. Good. So letting your body relax. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, let it go out through the mouth, big sigh. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take rest. Be still. Be at peace.
Kissing silhouettes of mountains dancing on. Am I awake or is this a dream? Or am I waking to a state of wakefulness buried deep in my deepest dreaming sleep? You can only guess what happened next.
Just a few moments to just relax, release, let go. Feel the breath really softening. Feel the mind quiet.
I saw a man trying to count all the oranges on the trees.
Let yourself bring the awareness back to your breath. Feel the breath naturally deepen. And as the breath deepens, start to bring in some movement to the body, into fingers, into toes, into wrists, into ankles, maybe the head. Bring your legs together, reach your arms up overhead, take a big, long, full body stretch with one full deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, let it go out through the mouth. If you're on the earth, hug your knees into the chest. And whatever is right for you and your body, start to bring yourself up to seated. You can stay seated on the floor. You can come up to seated in the chair if that's better for you. And once you're there, we'll bring our hands to our heart. So with our hands to the heart center, I thank you all for, again, being here and being part of this amazing community that the Michigan Parkinson Foundation has created for us. It's really an honor and a privilege to be able to serve such a wonderful, diverse group as this. Om Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy and free. May we be together in peace. Namaste. Awesome. Great job today, you guys. How are we feeling?
Good.
Good. Good, good, good.
Thank you, Deb.
You're
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank
Thanks, Mary.
Great
Thank
workout.
you.
Thank you.
Great
It was
job.
awesome. The legs. It was hard, but it was awesome.
Yes, good, wasn't it? Trying to get that leg to stay up. It's like, whoa, look, it's doing it. So
I know, I'm like,
fantastic.
hey, it is
Sometimes
working.
I had a hard time hearing or understanding the words.
Okay.
So it was hard to do what you were doing because I didn't hear it.
Okay. Is it what, you just had a hard time hearing me in general?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a hard time hearing me right now?
No.
Okay, so just from where I was. So sometimes, because where my microphone is and where my chair is, if you ever miss instruction when I'm teaching, unmute your mic and just say, Deb, what was that? And I will repeat it.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to make sure that everybody can understand the direction. So thank you for that feedback, Barbara. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I have a
Thank
question.
you.
I have a question. What is the guiding principle about when we're supposed to exhale and when we're supposed to inhale? Every once in a while, I'm doing the opposite of what you're saying. And what are you shooting for? What are we shooting for?
What we're shooting for is, so the inhale opens the body, it creates length. The exhale creates contraction or folding, twisting. So if you think about it, if you try to inhale and twist, because your breath is filling, it's harder to twist, right? So when you exhale, the belly pulls in, it creates a little bit more space for you to be able to twist. So whenever we do anything that's uplifting, so inhale, arms up, exhale, arms down, we're kind of moving with the direction of our chest and with our breathing.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, you want to feel like with the expansion of the chest and the belly in relationship to the posture.
Okay, thank
That
you.
makes sense? Yeah.
Mhm.
Good. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, it has been a pleasure. I think Mindy's going to be back on Monday. So I will see you when she needs a sub again.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you guys.
Debbie.
Thanks, Deb.
Have a
Always
wonderful
a pleasure.
day today.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.